Well, I guess I might as well cover this a little bit before work. The price point aspect of a lot of Kickstarters and Indiegogos is usually a deciding factor for me a lot of times because I do want to help out a fair amount of projects. But again, I only have so much play money per paycheck to be like, okay, I can help out here, or I can help out there. Because right now, personally, I'm investing a lot of my primary, I would say, hobby money or fun money towards Uplift Protocol art. Not gonna lie, I love funding that stuff, bar none. But when it comes to even comics and other projects, sometimes it has to do with the timing. Like as we get closer to my work slowdown period for summer, I'm actually shifting more stuff towards savings, so that way I can, depending on what happens, because sometimes with summer I have to do some extra stuff on the side to make a few other hits to my finances in order to stay functional. If it means like doing oddball jobs, I usually do that too. But I have a feeling this year it's not going to be nearly as bad. Um, Again, my work stays mostly busy throughout the year, except for the height of like June into July, and then we start picking back up again in August when all the snowbirds come back down. Yeah, that's just the way it works in retail. Sometimes you'll have your slow sectors. So when it comes to funding projects, there are only just a handful that outright back from the get go. But sometimes you have to build momentum, like what Kamen America has done. It's built momentum. With certain projects, I was only able to fund the digital version of everything, and then eventually, if my finances are in better shape, I'll eventually get the physical option later on. So I think that's why in certain projects it would be definitely worthwhile to offer all sorts of options, especially if you've already built momentum and have a couple issues out. And this is more like on the comic book side of things, but even on the book side of things, if you're trying to fund a book series, offer backlogs, offer other parts of your library if you have it, or if you have friends, you want to offer some of their books in the docket too. I've seen some Kickstarters and Indiegogos also offer that, like as an add-on, like, oh, hey, if you like my stuff, you might like my friend's stuff, that sort of thing. And then all this is really just my opinion or my point of view that I've seen from, projects that have been able to fund successfully. It actually is pretty useful to say, like, have one of the Kickstarter or the Indiegogo platforms be your primary, and then like the other one's kind of like the backup. And I've noticed Indiegogo is pretty useful to be even being as a backup too, because you could set a flexible goal and still get funds from that and still fulfill from that end, and then even using the Kickstarter as the primary, because usually with the Kickstarter you either meet your goal or you don't. So that's how that goes. But yeah, and a lot of projects, I really wish that they would offer a digital package, so that way, say like somebody wants to check out your work, and if they end up digging it, they'll probably end up getting the physical copies of something like later on. It's just all about certain kinds of options. I know a lot of people mostly do the physical route because you can get more funds for your project because of the shipping and handling aspect. But if you're trying to build up a particular property, I think it's important to offer, both physical and digital, and catch-up packages. Because I've noticed some of the bigger campaigns and stuff don't always offer catch-up packages for people who have maybe missed other funding projects, and they want to see where the stuff starts. And eventually, if a series has enough momentum and has enough stuff to make omnibuses, kind of like what's going to happen with Kamen America, I'll eventually jump in and I'll get the omnibus format for that as well, because I've liked all the digital offerings that I've gotten. And again, when the funds are available and when I can do it, I'll try to get the physical edition. I guess that's about it. I mean, it's just kind of like a convenience factor for most customers. Like, say, like you have 5 or 6 projects you want to back, but 4 of those projects only offer a $25 minimum for like some sort of physical packaging. They don't have a digital. So then the customer has to decide, okay, of like say these 5 projects I'm looking at, I'm going to cut it down to 2 that I can help out because the $25 price point is like almost the beginning price point. So, having the digital aspect does help people. They're able to spread some of their funds around so they can help multiple projects. Or if they have multiple projects that catch their eye, like they want to test it out. That's all I'm really saying is try to give people that option. See you later.